Welcome to the Advertising Ascendancy Podcast. My name is Emily. I'm your host, and today I'm here with Geneviève Beaulieu from NUDA. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Emily. It's so nice to be here with you.
I have to say I've been a major fan of you and your brand for a long time for multiple reasons. One, I am a Montreal girly.
Yes, French speaking.
I also think it's just incredible how you guys are female founders of a brand that is in a very niche market, the Sunless industry, that is dominated by male founders.
Yes, that's true.
So you really killed it. Tell us a little bit about, NUDA and your story. How did you end up founding it?
Yeah, so we have started NUDA now 7 years ago. Yeah, it's been a very good adventure, I would say. So we start with the mission that, when you have a tan, you just feel so much better because everything that you're going to wear, you look so much better. So it's really a boost of confidence. So we want to give the chance to everybody to refill that. And 7 years ago, tanning was not a thing. Now it is. So it's very nice to see how we have been able to capture the market by offering a professional line at first, and after extends to our own care line that we retail now through retailers, salon, and spa, and being able to give the chance to anybody to have the chance to fake it and just feel so much better when you have a tan than when you're super light. So there is a TikTok right now is trending saying hey, you don't need a psychiatric, you just need a tan. So it is what about NUDA for sure.
100%. I'm actually wearing NUDA right now, and I feel fabulous. I can't step out of my house unless I have a tan. I feel like my clothes look terrible. My makeup looks terrible. If I have a tan, I literally can put face oil and leave my house and feel so amazing. So I 100% agree with that. You need a tan. You have some new products that you've been launching.
Yeah.
I really would like to know the big secret products.
Can I?
Yes.
I think, yeah. So in the last year, we have extends to a retail line. We have everything that you need to prep your skin to have a tan, hydrate, maintenance, and now NAs. But now we do have a new category of product is Protect. So we're launching at SPF. Our name of the new product is Solar Glow.
Wow, congratulations. I love the name.
Yeah.
Do you have it with you?
Yeah, I do have it with me, and we trademarked the name, so it's very exciting.
That is amazing.
I know that you have experience in cosmetics, so you know how much it's hard to launch a cosmetic, but a SPF is something else.
SPF, you have to go through such extensive research and development process and testing, and it's very time-consuming, very expensive. This is amazing. This feels so good on my skin.
I can't wait to launch this one. I would just take for you. And it has been a very long journey. We have started working on that product since 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, because the mission of NUDA is just give you a tan. It's also get away from the sun. We know that a lot of people, every girls, the generation now, Gen Z also, investing so much money in their skincare. They're doing retinol at 18 years old. At 18 years old, I was coming back from the bar and go sleep without even remove my makeup. So it's just such another generation. But I'm so happy that people are now more conscious about the sun damage. The effect of the sun is the first thing that it will hate your skin. So people just want to have an alternative to get away from the sun, but always have the chance to be tan and feel confident. So the SPF always have been something that we have in mind. It takes 3 years to being able to launch this one very soon. So we're very proud of that. And as you say, research and development was a lot costly. We have a lot of I think that we have tested around 50 samples of this formula.
Wow.
So, and it was a very long journey, but also lab behind needs to be FDA approved. That's because now we have such a good clienteling in the United States. So it's very challenging formula, and the way that is look on the skin is not a tinted SPF. It's like a tinted SPF that is fitting everyone's. So from the skin 1 or skin 6. So type 6 is a very good product, and it's also mineral. Like the list of ingredient is very super clean, and they have squalane in it. So it's kind of serum at the same time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love squalane in anything. It's so good for your skin. What would you have to say to anyone who's thinking of entering in, DTC and product development? If there's some advice you would say, or some tips that you could give anyone?
For D2C, well, it's important that you know what you want to launch and what makes you different from another one. If you do e-com, it's very important to be different. Being e-com is very challenging, I would say, because there is nobody going to sleep and thinking about you. You need to be doing ads. You need to be everywhere and social media, ads. You have to be also in store. But as an e-com business, you don't have like a store to show the products. So you have to build a distribution channel to being able to get the chance to the client to test and touch the product. But online, you have to push so many money to being
expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. So like it's good to become business because you're sleeping and you're doing money. But don't get me wrong, it's very expensive. Like people don't think about like the fact that to being able to show up on Instagram, on Meta or whatever, it just needs to be organic. You need to doing ads, and you need to have like the best ad don't look like a ads. So it's native. So it's very challenging. It's expensive for sure. The cost acquisition, expensive.
100. Yeah. So it is very expensive when you're launching a product, especially definitely at the beginning, because you have to really establish that brand awareness, and that takes a long time.
Yeah.
So you have to be prepared to invest that money and not necessarily see a return for quite some time. So you need a lot of capital when you're starting out. I was very impressed with how quickly your brand dominated when you launched. From my perspective, I mean, obviously I'm not behind the scenes. I don't know your revenues, but from the outside, it looked like within 6 months, you guys were just killing it on social media. At least everyone was wanting to buy, especially when the self-tanners came out. And prior to that, when you guys entered in the spray tan industry, obviously I had my salon at that time.
Yeah.
You guys were everywhere. Everyone was getting trained by NUDA. Everyone wanted to carry NUDA products. It was a massive brand presence, and I think it's something you should be really proud about.
Thank you so much. That's nice to hear from someone from Toronto, because like we're coming from Quebec, so it's so hard to get outside Quebec as we're French. Like it was very a big amount of sales going to Quebec, but being able to get outside Quebec was kind of challenging. I would say the brand was something it was a key. It's still the key of NUDA that you see the product, you see the brands, and you're convinced right away. But it's just not the brand. It's also the formula that we're working so hard on it in research and development. So it's like everything that we did was challenging. But I think like we have created the demand through the final customer that they want to get a tan to that client as to their salon and spa to have a spray tan NUDA. So we have created our B2B business as building the demand through the final customer. So it was interesting too.
Well, it's funny you say you're from Quebec, but we feel like you're super native here.
No,
we've really adopted.
It's so bad.
We've adopted NUDA 100%.
Oh, thank you.
Backtracking to a comment you made earlier, when I first opened up my spray tan salon, which was about 7 years ago, it was really hard. You're right. People were not so into spray tanning. I felt like I had to convince the client, versus towards the end of my career, they were just pouring in. They were looking for the service.
Yeah.
So it has been really nice to see the industry shift and to see the brands that have stuck through that, because it was challenging when you launched.
Yeah, for sure.
You have bronzing glow drops.
Yes, I do.
I would love to see it.
Yeah.
I've been dying to see it.
This is very a trendy product in many brands. So it's just like a good extension to the category of innate product. So this is very light.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
What is your like best suggestion when applying this? Am I applying this all over? Am I just highlighting my face?
It's really depends to you. Like you have different way to use it. I love to use it like on the week when I do not have like to wear makeup, but I'm just,
It's subtle. It's like really nice.
yeah, it's subtle, but more you putting, more you will be tan. So it's not, there is no DHA in it. So it's not like a permanent result, but it's very like a makeup thing. So I love to mix with my skincare, no makeup in the week because I prefer to doing that. But it just gives me like the little glow that I need to jump on a Zoom and not looking dead.
Are you wearing it right now?
I do wearing right now, but
Skin is fabulous.
oh, thank you so much. But this morning I mixed with, I put my SPF, I put my bronzing glow drop, and I mixed with my foundation because I get a spray tan 3 days ago. So now my foundation doesn't match anymore with my face. So I mixed together to help my foundation to now working with my new skin.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Every time I get my fresh spray tan, I'm like, okay, no foundation for a few days now.
Well, you will have the bronzing glow drop
Perfect.
now.
I'm set up. Okay, so Jen, what are your 3 non-negotiables when it comes to branding?
Branding. So it's really important that you have consistency in your branding. So stick to something and being able to stick like forever, but not forever. I would say that it's normal that you adjust your strategy, adjust your branding, but choosing something that it will be like working timeless. So, and it's very important that you're consistent and not, this is my behind, very like the master behind the brand. She is so tricky on like and picky on like the all little detail, but it makes NUDA like what it is right now. So I'm super grateful to have her with us. So yeah, branding is something very important. Other than that, it's important that you're setting a goal. That I would say that, for example, if you're choosing a name that with time will not be the good one to choose, let's say choosing organic in your name or like something that might be controversial will not be my to-go.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that being a lifestyle, try that your brand is just not a brand, a logo, being more than that, being like lifestyle. It's so much important.
That's what I find NUDA really nailed. It feels like a curated experience. That's the vibe that I always get when I come to your feeds. And it gives that like curated lifestyle where you're just like, these products are going to amplify my look and my life. And I'm not sure if that's what you're trying to transcend.
That's a part of what we're doing. And we're working now on the voice of copy of NUDA to make it more powerful. But definitely is a lifestyle. It's also in like, the face tan water is a bestseller because it's just so much convenient that you just need to apply on your face. It takes literally 5 seconds. Like there is no reason that you should not use that product. You spray on your face, you go to sleep, you wake up and you're just so much better because you're tan and you don't need to touch with your hands. So it's like we try to make it like very aesthetic, but also very like convenience too. So I think it's like both together works very well.
Well, I use your face tan water every day. I literally wake up and I spray my face.
Yeah.
It is so good and convenient. And like the results are really nice. It's just like a nice glow and it keeps your face matching with your body when you have your spray tan.
Yeah, because the face fades faster than the rest of the body, sure.
Jen, what are the most challenging experiences you've had as an entrepreneur and what did you do to overcome them?
I would say that being an entrepreneur, starting a business, you have been so much involved in everything. You have been like packing the order at the beginning. You have like done research and development, marketing, finances, everything. You have been so involved. And it comes a day that if like you have the chance to be in that point, that your business might be bigger than you, bigger than what you know, what you do, and you will need help. And this have been so challenging. And I will remember a day that Maya and I was in the car and was like just crying and saying like, you know what, we need help. We need people around us to help us because we have built something so good, but like we're good at marketing, but we're not an expert. Like, we're doing our best. We live with passion for a brand, but it comes to a point that strategy-wise, money-wise, we need to invest in good resources to make it something bigger and better. So it was very challenging to admit that. It's still challenging because build a team powerful, it takes a lot of time. Sometimes you hire the bad person or it's just not a match, and it's okay. So I feel like it's hard to let go and like put your trust in someone and say, now it's you doing that. I will capitalize my time on something else. And yeah, so it has been a very good challenge for us, but now we are in good position. Now we stay.
That is a really hard thing to go through because it's your baby.
That's it. Yeah.
And it gets to a point where your baby needs to walk on its own and you need to take a bit of a step back. And I think it's also good for entrepreneurs to take a step back because sometimes you're just too close.
Yeah.
You're too close to the situation. You're too close to the product. You're too invested. And I think it goes hand in hand. It's safe to say entrepreneurs have egos. I think that's what makes us thrive and do what we do. And sometimes we need that external help to really essentially better the brand. And it is a really challenging thing.
It's so hard.
Because you're like, no one can do it better than me, even though perhaps they can do it because they're more focused or dialed in on that specific aspect of the business. So I totally understand how that can be difficult, and I'm happy to see that you did.
Yeah,
cross the bridge,
cross the line.
You crossed the line, and you can see your business is thriving for it. I think in the last 2 years, you've really seen NUDA take over. It's expanded to the U.S. now. It's really it's a competitor of the Bondi Sands and the St. Tropez now. I think that's safe to say. And they're male dominated. I don't think most people know that it's actually male founded. One thing I can say, when I started as a small spray tan artist, there was one thing that I always appreciated about you. You always answered my DMs. And I had always heard that in the industry that you answered everyone's DMs. And so I want to talk to you about your sense of fostering relationships. I feel like that's a really strong value for you and your brand.
Yeah, so, it's challenging sometimes as a brand that doing a lot in social media because the DMs coming all around, like TikToks, Instagram, email, Meta. So we have to answer to all of them. And sometimes like a client will send you an email and everything, but we have now someone that doing this full time, just answering comments and DMs. It's important because like we put ourselves in like client needs to have an answer. Like it might be just, I don't have the tracking number, what I should do and everything, but education, and it's so much important that we try to push our best like upfront, but we will always have questions, and we're putting ourselves in like the position of the client. And it's so important for us to help them. And we have started from like a small entrepreneur too at the beginning. So, and we value so much entrepreneurship that it's so like we love doing that. I would say that you mentioned like what was a challenging thing. It's challenging now that we don't be like necessarily all the time with clienteling, but I do love it so much. Like this weekend I'm in Toronto for the HCI show, and like meet with the client. It's like makes me feel alive. It makes me feel like it's validating what I'm building behind. Like, and my day right now, it's more like behind a computer making decision. But when I'm coming in like show, training, events, I'm living. I really appreciate that, to have that the contact with the client, because it's the best feedback you can have to change and like being better as a brand is to ask to your client, to your customer. So it's very important for us.
That is a really good point to make. So as a marketing specialist, when we onboard clients, one thing that we do, a strategy that we pull, is we will read all our competitors' reviews, because all the answers are there for the marketing. Like all your answers are in your clients. So if you listen to them, you will know how to market your product. You'll know how to fix your product or your service if you're a local business. And it really is what can amplify you in a quick way, because you're just listening and you're responding.
yeah, without client, we're nothing. So it's very important to make sure that we answer to their needs and being there for them.
You are a mother.
Yes, I am.
You are a wife. You're an entrepreneur. I think that a lot of women that own businesses can find it challenging to wear all these hats, to find the space to fill all of this. And I want to know like your take on that and how you rise to that challenge, because it is a very difficult thing to be there for everyone. Your business, your children obviously come first, and then you have a husband and they kind of take the brunt sometimes. Let's just be honest.
It's very hard. Like I would say that I appreciate, and I will not change my life for nothing else, that I feel lucky to not have like a day of work of 9 to 5 for a boss, and like I really like the entrepreneurship and like being my own limit. But I would say that is challenging because 9 to 5 might be also other challenge. Like there is bad and good points. I would say that the good things for them is that when they are checkout, they are checkout. Like they are like good to go on vacation, go care of your family. But as an entrepreneur with employee, with client, and also in e-com, like everything's never stop. Never stop.
24/7.
Yeah, and you over like thinking and thinking. So I think the biggest challenge is to being able to pause and be in the moment and choosing your moment where you are at 100% in your business, on your family, on your husband. I have the chance that my husband is also an entrepreneur, so I feel that if it were not, we will not be together anymore. Like we do have this same reality, but my recommendation is in your schedule, you should save space very specific to yourself, your business, your family, your husband. It's very important to say your limit. And for example, from 6 to 7, with myself, for myself, I train. 7 to 8:30, I with my Olivia, taking care of her, business related after I'm taking care again of Olivia. And yeah, so it's very important to put your limit and try to be in the moment. It's so much important because as an entrepreneur, you're always overthinking. Oh, I forget to answer to that. Oh, I forget to order that. What is gonna happen? It's like a rabbit hole that never stops. So it's very hard to pause and be in the moment because like family, it's so much important. And one day you will realize that you will pass over that because you were not in the moment. So it's really important. And I will say that do not estimate your self-care, because if you don't take time for yourself, you will be bad at everything. I will say that it's very important that you secure a moment for you. Like, let's say if you want to train in the morning, first thing, like secure that moment. And after, you will just not overthinking, oh, I have not trained, I'm like, and feeling bad and not in a good mood. So it's very important that you have your own moments, that you do what you enjoy, to being able after to be like in a full moment with your kids, with your business, with your husband. So I would say is my recommendation.
I love that. That's what I do. In the morning, I drop my kids off at school, I go to the gym, and I have to make my fresh pressed juice. If I can't make my fresh pressed juice my whole day,
Yeah.
that's like my thing. I need my celery juice with ginger, feel like I took care of myself, do my little face routine, and then I can jump online and deal with my day. And I do think that people forget that, like, you are a person, like you're a human being at the end of the day, and you are a human being before you're a mother, before you're an entrepreneur, before you're a wife. So I think women need to always remember they need to carve out that space, however they can find it, and really just do something for themselves, whatever it is.
Yeah.
What is the future trajectory of NUDA? I just like see you guys taking over the world. Like, I don't know. I can just see sky's the limit for you guys. Do you think you'll ever step away from Sunless products and go into something completely different, or?
Maybe. So I would say that in the short term, in the next year would be like, you see the trend, like people like of TikTok saying like work in silence to being a better. It would be very that for the next upcoming year. It would be a year of transition that, we have built something very good. We have admitted that we need help, and now we need also, we have on board mentor, that to clean and to being able to see what is the goal, what we're doing to achieve that, because our goal was just doing more and like more and more and more. But like at the end of the day, what is the goal and what makes you will feel that you achieve something and you will be proud? Because if you don't set the goal, you just want more and more and more. But if you set a goal, you may say, hey, I achieve it, I'm happy, like I'm satisfied. So this year will be very a transition. A lot of things are going on. We have our new people that are very talented that I think NUDA will be in somewhere in a year is very exciting. I can't wait to showing that. But for sure, like even I'm saying that is a transition here, no worry. We have worked the past year on so many products that you will be very like happy with, not just like the final customer, but also Spretan artists. We are coming with a lot of things in the upcoming months. So, but definitely like the behind the scene, we want to work in a year of transition to being able to be something else. Like you came to a point that to being better, you need more resources, you need to have more capital. So it will be a year of challenge, but transition.
Thank you so much, Jen, for joining us. You've brought a lot of value. I really appreciate you carving out the time.
Thanks to you.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. Please make sure to give us a little 5-star review if you enjoy the content. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, and share this with any brand babe that you think could really enjoy this episode.